Thanks for joining us once again for your update from the city of New Hope. The mayor is with us once again, Kathi Hemken. Welcome, Mayor. How are you doing today?
Sitting in this bay of daisies, just fine, thank you.
It looks great right there. A little better than the snow outside, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes and some of the things that it's maybe impacting within the city. We want to start today talking about community development, a number of things happening there as always. The first is some annual reports. You've got some information available on the city website that residents might be interested. Tell us more about that.
Well, if you go onto our website, you can see the 2023 performance measurement goals, the SMART goals, and the economic development measurements. So if you're just wondering how the city's doing, take my word for it. We're doing wonderfully. But if you don't take my word, you can go and look at the results of that online. Hopefully, one of these days, we're actually going to be doing a state of the city. We just don't have that completed yet.
Got it. We'll be ready for that. There's that city's website, newhopemn.gov. Let's switch over to another website that you might want to take a look at. It's mncee.org. And Mayor, this has something to do with the Home Energy Squad. What is that, and how can residents take advantage?
Well, CEE is the Center for Energy and Environment. And you can have them come out to your house. They'll go through the house, tell you where you've got some air leaks, if you will, show you and actually put in some products that will help you save energy, which will actually help you save money. So you can go onto the website and have them come out. The city pays $50 toward that. I don't know what the total cost is, but you can find that out if you go onto the website.
All right, there you see it again, mncee.org. Let's go to scattered site housing, a couple of properties to update residents on. The first is 3611 Louisiana. A lot of work happening here and things very quickly moving ahead.
There's good news and there's bad news.
Okay.
So the good news is, well, the bad news, first of all, that we've already sealed off the well and got the hazardous material out. We had thought we would have 4 times that the West Metro could come in and practice their West Metro fire. Well, it turns out the demolition company wants to get started a little sooner. So they'll only be able to go out there, West Metro, 2 days this week, and then the demolition teams are going to come in. Now, what they've done is they've gone to a company that will go in and deconstruct the property. Mm-hmm. So they take everything out of there that looks like they can either reuse, resell, or use in another area so that it all doesn't go in a landfill. We've done this before and it works really, really well. It turns out with this house, they just recently put in all new windows. So they're able to take those windows out and they'll be able to reuse them. Once everything's taken out of the house that can be reused, that's when the demolition team will come in then and remove the foundation and remove anything else that isn't being used. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's really good for the environment that they do that. And it's a cost savings for everybody. So we're kind of excited about that. That's gonna happen real soon.
Very good. Another property to update residents on is 5802 Boone, property that you've been working hard on, and you've got some very good news here.
Very good news. The bank accepted that offer, and we've got the purchase agreement in order. They're going to close about the middle of April. Now, people wonder how come this one goes so quick and other ones take forever. Well, this is a bank-owned property, and they want to get rid of it just as soon as they can. And of course, the bank will be doing the closing on this. So we should have that house by the middle of April. And then there's really nothing in there that they can save. So that one will just be, we'll get a demolition contractor and that one will just come down. But all of this takes time, but know that something is moving forward. I would guess that house is going to be gone by the middle of June.
All right, good news for residents in that area. Business networking group. Let's give a couple updates here. 1, you've got a date and a topic for the next meeting. And 2, some activity happening behind the scenes that might combine a couple groups.
Well, April 5th at 8:30 at City Hall is the next business networking meeting. That's 8:30 a.m., by the way. Elevate Hennepin will be the host, and they'll talk about what Elevate Hennepin is and how it can benefit small businesses. The other thing that's going to happen is Crystal wants to join our business networking group, and it's only right that we combine the 2 city names. So it'll be New Hope Crystal, a business networking group. They're going to vote on that at that meeting on the 5th. So if you're interested, come. The meetings are free. It's free to join a business networking group. We just hope to have a big crowd there.
Next item is business use certificate of occupancy. You've got a building up on Bass Lake Road 9220 that looks like it's going to have a variety of new businesses inside.
Well, that business or that building has a lot of small offices. And so we have 3 businesses coming. One's Cherry Hill Outdoor Services. They're a landscaping company. And then we've got a commercial investment group that's coming there. And the last one is a dental office. So go to that building, check out those new businesses. It's always good to have new businesses coming into New Hope.
Couple updates from the police department as we come to you in early April. The first is we've got a probationary period ending for a few officers, and this is going to be some exciting swearing in then coming up soon.
That's always a fun time. So on April 24th, we're swearing in 2 officers, Officer DeMars and Officer Gray, and they'll actually then be sworn officers to add to our full complement. We now have a full complement of officers in New Hope. We're very proud of that, and we're very proud of our officers. 3 of them, I should tell you, are having anniversaries this month. Captain Slauson has been with us for 29 years, and one of our sergeants, Sergeant Tanek and Detective Frensky, have both been with us for 15 years. Apparently, you joined the New Hope Force and you never go away, and we're very proud of them, and we support them fully.
Congratulations to those 3 and to the 2 that are brand new. Let's go to Public Works, talk about a few things that are happening around the city. The first is the sewer lining. That process is moving along well, I understand. More work to come. Again, remind us what that is and what happens with that project.
Well, they put a television camera down there, and then they televise on their little private screen. Well, so I got pictures and I thought, oh, I'm not sure I want to really look at that.
Right.
But what it really is they're looking for roots going into the sanitary sewer. And why they want to do that is we pay to have all of our sanitary sewer disposal. If groundwater leaks into that sanitary sewer, that just raises the cost of what we have to pay because it looks like more volume. So we want to get those sanitary sewers lined. So once they televise, the next step in a couple of weeks, they'll come out and they'll actually put in the lining, and then it cures in place, and it'll just keep water out of there. It's called I&I, inflow and infiltration, and it really just saves money for the city.
Very good. All right. Watch for that project wrapping up. Here's a project that's not going to wrap up for a while. In fact, Mayor, it's just beginning. Highway 169 and 42nd or Rockford Road. Again, give us a preview of what's coming up and what are some of the important dates here early to remember.
Well, what's coming up is they're going to replace that bridge going over 169 and 42nd. On April 10th, which is just around the corner, they'll be closing all of the on and off ramps from 42nd onto 169. So if you think you're going to get on to 169 and 42nd, after the 10th of April, you will not be able to do that. So use 36th or 49th. After that time, and I'm not sure what the time frame is, they'll actually take out the bridge. But right now, you can actually go from New Hope to Plymouth over that bridge on 42nd. You just can't get onto 169. So we'll try to keep you informed on what's happening so you'll know to go somewhere else to get onto 169 or get off 169 if you need to do that. And that's going to be, those on-off ramps will be closed until November of 2023. And the bridge will be closed till then too. And you know how that goes. Sometimes they take a little longer to get them done.
Yep. Big project. They'll have information on the city's website, also on MnDOT's website. Here it is, dot.state.mn.us/roadwork. And then you want to scroll down and look for 169. And there's a number of projects on 169. But look for the one that says Plymouth, the New Hope, and that'll take you to the update on what's happening with the bridge. All right, enough about the roadway and a little construction.
Dave, it might be easier if they just watch this program.
Or that too, right?
We'll try to keep them informed on what's happening there.
Something tells me we'll talk about it about every week. So we will keep you up to date as well. And we drive over that on a regular basis. So we'll keep you up to date. Let's go to Park and Rec and talk about some things that are going on. It is time now to sign up for Step To It Challenge. Remind us, Mayor, what is that and how easy is it to sign up?
So as of April 1st, you can start signing up. This challenge takes place May 1st to May 28th. So if you just go to steptoit, all one word, .org, you can actually sign up. It's very, very easy. Sign up as part of the city because we do city challenges. And actually New Hope does very well on that. Yeah. So we need all the people that we can to sign up. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a way of keeping track of how much you're moving in the month of May. And you'd be surprised, it kind of spurs you on to move a little bit more.
Yeah,
And
fun program.
it's just a fun program.
Yep, and all free, so get involved if you can. Let's talk about some of the preparation for summer. A lot going on behind the scenes as the City Park and Rec Department tries to get ready. What are some of the activities going on right now?
Well, first of all, go to your In Motion. It tells you everything you ever wanted to know about what's going on. Now's the time to register for your spring and summer classes and camps. And you can do that by going online. If you need some financial aid to have your child register for one of these, you need to go into City Hall with your driver's license, or at least something to prove that you live in New Hope, and you can apply for some aid. They paid half the fee, and then you'd be paying the other half. We want to get as many kids as we possibly can to sign up.
Some other activities going on out there. They're getting the fields ready, getting some game prep ready. So again, a lot of things going for summer. And again, this is what the mayor mentioned, the In Motion here with the young kids crawling through the mud. This is the place that has all of that information about some of the activities you're going to want to get signed up for. Nice note here at the recent council meeting, a donation comes in to help out a park. What happened?
Well, the family came in and they donated $1,500 to have a bench, a memorial bench put up at Hidden Valley Park. So what we'll do is if the snow ever goes away, we'll pour the slab that the bench is going to sit on, and then they'll place that bench. So thank you very much to the family who donated for that bench.
Fantastic. City Forester has been very busy and will continue to be busy. What is the Forester doing right now, and how does that tie into the ash trees around the city?
Well, he is armed with his can of orange paint, and he's going into the southwest quadrant of the city looking for diseased ash trees. He'll be painting a big orange spot on them so you know that it's been recognized as a boulevard tree that needs to come down. Once he gets through with that, then the contractor that we have to take those trees down will come and start removing the trees. If you think you have an ash tree that's on the boulevard, that'd be the 15-foot setback, and it doesn't get an orange dye, you might want to call the city forester. Just call City Hall, ask for the forester, they'll connect you, and tell him that maybe he should come out and look at the tree in case he might have missed it. So once those trees are down, we have the funds to put replacement trees up, and they'll give you a list of the trees that you can pick from to replace that tree. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of trees coming down, and our first priority is get those trees down, not to plant new ones. So it might take a few months to actually get that tree replaced. So just hang in there. We're getting there. The thing that you need to do that'll help us is if you have a tree that you're sure is sick and it doesn't get a big orange dot in the southwest quadrant, make sure you call the city and let him know.
Lions Park, also location that's having a lot of tree work done, and also, Mayor, the golf course having a lot of tree work. Give us an update on those two areas of the city.
Well, all of the ash trees have been taken down at Lions Park, and now they'll grind out the stumps. They have to wait till the weather gets just a little bit better. So there'll be lots of activity going on there. At the golf course, the last time I checked, they had 55 that they took down. Now they're going and trying to clean up all the debris that's on the course. This is the contractor that's taking the trees down. So they want to get that cleaned up before the snow melts and the ground gets soggy, because these are big trucks that are going out there. So they'll be busy doing that. I think they're probably done taking the trees down that they can, because they need the ground to be firm for that. So once that's all done, they won't remove the stumps until sometime during the summer. Not a big priority to get those stumps out, but they will. So they'll be out doing that. In the meantime, we're waiting patiently for that snow to melt.
Yeah.
As soon as it does, and they can, the crews will get out there and start cleaning up the golf course. Now, I've threatened to come over there with my golf clubs because I cleaned them. On the 17th of April is when the leagues are supposed to start. I don't know if they will. So keep checking the website. It'll tell you on the website whether or not we'll be able to open on the 17th. Here's hoping.
All right, we'll keep you up to date here as well. Meanwhile, over at the ice rink, a lot of activity happening on one of the rinks as far as skating, but the other rink is getting ripped up and prepared for the future. Give us an update on both of those rinks.
So the North Rink is the one that they can still be on. So the Minnesota High Performance, the Armstrong Cooper Pond hockey teams, and 8 men's groups have been using that ice on the North Rink. and they'll continue to do that. On the south rink, so the floor is out. They scooped up 14 inches of sand and put it in the parking lot. And what they'll do is they have to take that sand out so they can remove the piping and fix that. Once that piping is fixed, then they'll go out and put the sand back in from the parking lot. And then they'll put in a subfloor and some moisture barriers. And after that, they'll start pouring the new floor. So this is going to take all summer to have this done. But if you see a big pile of sand, it's because we try to reuse everything we can.
Got
And
it.
that sand is one of those things they're going to be able to reuse.
Very good. And they are also doing a lot of painting around the south rink as well. So in between digging up the floor, they're painting everywhere. And you'll see that as you head back into the rink later on this year. Human Resources, a few updates here. We've been keeping people up to date on the city manager process. Mayor, what is the latest?
Well, lest you think the council and I have not been doing anything, we have. We had 19 people who are all very qualified to be the city manager. So what the council and I are doing now is looking at videos from all 19 of them, reading their resumes, looking at their performance reports, and we will pick out our top 5 and turn those into the consultant that's doing this for us. And then he'll put that all together, and of those top 5, we'll invite those people in to come interview with us, and they'll do that sometime in May, and then we'll pick a city manager from that crew. It's really exciting because we've got 19 very qualified people to be our new city manager, so we're excited.
One other staffing update in the police department. There's a vacancy there that is going out to the public to try to fill.
Well, we're looking for a second shift police clerk because we promoted our police clerk on days. The second shift clerk moved to days, and now we're looking for a second shift one. We posted that internally, didn't get any qualified applicants, so now it's going externally, and you'll have until noon on the 10th of April to apply for that. So if you're looking to apply for a second shift police clerk job, you have until the 10th of April.
All right, city's website, newhopemn.gov. You can find out more there. Also on that website, you can find out about something that's happening this month. It is Distracted Driving Awareness Month here in April. And Mayor, you just have a few kind reminders to pass along.
I do. When you're driving the car, that's probably not the best time to put on your makeup or eat your hamburger. So please, just don't use your cell phones. Don't have them in your hand if they're in a container or whatever, and you don't have to push any buttons. This is distracted driving month, and please, let's not be distracted while we're driving.
Final note to pass along, a date to mark on the calendar, but there is a process ahead of that date to go through some of the work, and this is the Board of Equalization. What is this? It sounds rather complicated, but it's something that happens on an annual basis, and you have a partner that can probably answer most of the questions.
So if you got your tax form from Hennepin County, on there it'll give you the valuation of your house, and it'll give you the statement for your taxes, what they're going to be. So if you get that and you don't agree with that, I'm encouraging you to dial Hennepin County first. Call them because they're the ones that set the valuation of your house. Talk to them. They might need to come out, relook at your house. They'll talk to you on the phone. If you still don't feel that you're being be treated equally, then what you can do is on the 13th of April at 7 o'clock, you can come into City Hall, and that's the meeting where we have the appeals and equalization meeting. So we will then look at that. There'll be somebody from Hennepin County there with us and to be able to talk to you. But really, their first step is to call Hennepin County, and after that, you'll be calling the city clerk.
Okay, very good. And that information, the phone number is on your notice that came with that market valuation of your home. Mayor, thanks once again for your time. And as the mayor mentioned, again, look to In Motion here to find out a lot of activities happening, and stick with us as well. We're going to have a calendar of some of the upcoming events that you might want to get involved in. Mayor, thanks for your time. Have a great week. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave. Talk to you then.
Learn more about the connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.